Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Seymour with Optimal Response Initiative, and we are continuing to talk about the health benefits of music. So let's touch on some of the health benefits of music. Music optimally recalibrates our health. It influences optimally our cardiovascular health, blood pressure, resting heart rate, vagal tone, heart rate variability, hormone levels, blood sugar levels, neurochemical modulators, and mood, just to name a few. Listening to music can improve resting heart rate variability, vagal tone. Listening to music for 10 to 30 minutes a day can do all of this. And so you might be curious about what is vagal tone. Well, we have a long polyvagal nerve that goes from the brain straight to the gut. This is typically a bilateral highway where we have the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system, which they work in tandem together all day long, 24/7 all the time. Sympathetic nervous system, when it's closer to a perceived higher state of stress, 100, different things are going on. Oxygen is leaving the brain, going to the main muscle groups. We have tunnel vision, makes it hard to think about anything other than fight, run, or freeze. Digestion can be influenced. A lot of cortisol is released, which is the alert hormone. It's been called the stress hormone. I like to call it the alert hormone. Is released. Pancreas starts doing a lot of things regarding sugar. Insulin is influenced. The body doesn't have time to digest last night's dinner and get immediate energy to either punch the Kodiak bear in the nose, play possum, or run. It needs sugar now, immediate energy now. And so when the sympathetic nervous system is highly activated, closer to 100, all these things are going on in the body. The cardiovascular system is also being used more like a fire hose system instead of a garden system. We can have a lot of muscle tension. The heart is a muscle, so we might have tension, tightness in our chest. Breathing is definitely going to be short and shallow here in the lungs. And so when we are at a higher perceived state of stress, sympathetic nervous system is more activated, and a lot of things are going on within the body. The parasympathetic is the at rest and digest system. And so typically we want them nice and balanced. Of course, unless we have a Kodiak bear in front of us, then it's fight, run, or freeze, all systems a go. And we have that survival reaction, fight, run, or freeze reaction, which is great if we have a Kodiak bear in front of us. A lot of times in day-to-day life, however, thankfully, we don't have a Kodiak bear in front of us, but we have a perceived Kodiak bear, whether it be the relationship, difficult conversation, a goal that we're working on, something we're doing, life's adjustments, different things, just getting ready, getting kids ready for school or getting ready for work or dealing with traffic or whatever it might be. Day-to-day life, thriving situations. If we are perceiving them at a high state of stress closer to 100, then it's really, really hard to thrive. We're stuck in a state of survival mode, which that sympathetic nervous system is highly activated. The at-rest system is the tone or the strength of the at-rest system. The parasympathetic nervous system is weak. It doesn't have the strength and the tone. It's just like muscles. When we tone muscles and build strength in our arms, our legs, for example, we notice that. And we know it takes consistent work to train and tone and build muscle. With the polyvagal nerve that works like a bilateral highway with the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system, you can think about it like two lanes going to Florida. We've got people going out and people coming in. When we are at a high perceived state of stress at 100, and I'm going to call it a false evidence appearing real fear, meaning it feels like a Kodiak bear, but there's not a Kodiak bear in front of me. Okay. So what happens is there's no Kodiak bear, but the perception of my stress about a day-to-day life situation is as if it's a Kodiak bear, and both lanes are exiting Florida now. So the polyvagal nerve that is wants to work like a bilateral highway in tandem, nice and balanced, going in, going out, is now both lanes going out. And so the sympathetic nervous system is highly activated. Okay. So the vagal tone of the at-rest system is weak. We need to recalibrate our breathing to influence our health metrics, including the at-rest system. We need the bilateral highway going in and out versus both lanes exiting Florida. So we need vagal tone, not only for the sympathetic nervous system, but the parasympathetic. Because a lot of times it's kind of like Rambo is taking over, and the sympathetic nervous system has all kinds of tone and strength, but the parasympathetic, the at rest system, doesn't. And so we need to train the parasympathetic, the at rest, rest and digest system needs to be trained to thrive. And the way that we do that is we change our breathing and we improve our vagal tone. So instead of a short, shallow breath in our chest, we're going to practice, for example, diaphragmatic breathing, breathing in through our nostril, filling our diaphragm, expanding our belly, and then exhaling through our mouth. The more that we do this, the more we improve our vagal tone of the parasympathetic system. And we do a lot of this work in the Optimal Response Initiative. We learn about the stress response. We learn about the at-rest response. We do a lot of breathing recalibration training. All great work. It is thriving training, and it is necessary. And we need to understand why and who and what and how, what are we doing for thriving training. And so there's a lot of education that goes into this. We learn, we practice, we talk about it. We learn, we practice, we talk about it. What I love about music is that listening to music, I can be on autopilot. Shout out to all the pilots out there, but I can be on autopilot. And sure, I'm learning stuff in ORI, but even if I haven't learned anything in ORI, or I'm not in ORI, hopefully you've learned something if you're in ORI. But you don't have to use all your skills and tools. You can simply listen to music, and listening to music is going to influence your breathing. It's going to change your breathing because as we listen to music, we have a rise and fall. We hold our breath. We exhale. We breathe differently when we're listening to music than when we're not because we are responding to the music. Our physiology is responding to the music. So listening to music by default is a breathing practice, a recalibration breathing practice. And that recalibration breathing practice is improving the vagal tone and strength of the at-rest and digest parasympathetic nervous system. So on this little slide with this cool looking guitar and a cute panda, it says listening to music can improve resting heart rate variability, and vagal tone. And I chose to hone in on vagal tone on this one because it's massive, it's exciting, it's amazing. Listening to music improves the vagal tone and strength of your system's ability to be at rest and digest and thrive. And that, I think, is amazing. So listen to some music, know that it's helping your breathing, know that it's strengthening the polyvagal tone to rest and digest and thrive. And let me know how it's going. Let me know what your favorite songs are. Let me know what you're noticing about your health, your quality of life, and thriving as you combine music with every area of health and ways that you're fueling up and filling your tanks. And I will talk to you soon. Stay alert, stay alive, and thrive, and listen to music.